Okay, last week I sat down to do a new world record on a game called SpellCraft: The Aspects of Valor. However, after 3.5 hours, I suddenly realized that my mic was not on, which was mildly upsetting. Ignore what I'm doing right now. But the average time to complete it is about 26 hours. Used to have an AI thing that said that it took up to 100 hours for people who were new to the game, because there's a lot involved in it. And at one point, 4 years ago, there was an attempt to do a speed run by this guy, Pearl Ahern. That's the last thing he recorded, so he hasn't been active for 4 years. But through a series of 3 videos, he completed the game in about 10 hours. And so my goal last week was to beat that as much as possible. And I did. I beat the game in like 3 hours and 45 minutes, something like that. However, I did not have a timer going, which you can see in the top right now. I'm going to have a timer refresh when I actually start the game. Um, but with my microphone not working, it was just a whole bunch of silence, except for the game itself, for 3 hours and 45 minutes. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go play through the game. Well, I'm not going to play through the game. I'm going to play the video of my beating the game. But this time, I'm going to reset this timer in a second here, have the timer going from when the moment the game starts, and then add commentary as I go. And so it's not the commentary I had when I played, but it is what it is. The game itself, it was created in, I believe, 91, so it is by no means a new game, as you can tell from the graphics. Your name is Robert, and in a very Harry Potter-esque fashion, you discover, after getting randomly summoned to Stonehenge, that you are a wizard. And as the game progresses, not only are you a wizard, you are the chosen one, the one who has been looked for this whole time to unite the two worlds, the world of magic and the world of Earth. And so it has a unique system. There's like 36, might be a wrong number, different aspects. And then 4 base ingredients: candles, powders, stones, and jewels, which I'm buying right now. And a mixture of the aspects with the base elements, you create spells. And so you use those spells to fight your way through a bunch of levels. And there are 52 levels technically. However, there's a glitch in the game. I managed to get around one of them that makes it to where you have to fight 54 times because 2 of the levels just don't work. At least they don't work correctly. So right now, I was creating just a couple of the base spells, the ones I'm going to wind up using the whole time. For some reason, I hadn't written down the base ingredients I needed for this spell, so I had to look it up really quick. Especially weird because it's one of the most important spells in the game. But pretty sure it's just a couple jewels and a couple powders once I finally look it up. So this added a couple seconds to my run. Either way, there are 7 realms. There's the basic ones: air, earth, fire, and water. The water is not accessible for a little while. And then about mid-game, there is 2 more levels that are added: the ether and the mind, which just suck. The 7th level is the death realm, which you only have to go in a couple times unless you're unfortunate and you wind up dying. You go to the death realm, and if you escape the death realm, all's good. If you die in the death realm, well, then it's game over. But one of the fun parts is you can modify your spells. Each level or each element has 4 different magic words. The higher level of a magic word makes your spells more powerful. And it's a fun little game. to actually work through. There's a lot of plot involved in this game, a lot of dialogue, and so just sitting down and actually playing the game, like you saw at the very beginning of this, can take at least 26 hours. It is not unheard of if you're really in depth, if you're a completionist, or if you're really bad at the game. It's not unusual to go for the full 100 hours. But like I said, this one lasts about, a little over 3.5 hours, and we're 3 minutes in. I guess we're 5 minutes in, but 3 minutes into the gameplay. And the entire video is 3 hours and 46 minutes. So, I'm just mostly kind of like a long movie, gonna be watching my gameplay from before, and once the video is done, the commentary that I'm giving now is on there with the timer to complete the game. I will submit it to speedrun.com, and I'll hold the world record for the fastest completion of this game. The first couple levels here are very easy. All I gotta do is get the giant golden box. Don't even have to kill the enemies. Some of the longest time is some of the drag time during levels early on, where you do have to defeat all enemies in each realm. And the problem with that, of course, is that early game you don't have access to some powerful spells. Plus, in an attempt to conserve ingredients throughout this run, I don't use a lot of the magic that I could have. It's possible, actually it's very likely, that this could be done a lot faster than even I did it. If you're willing to do a lot of resource management and spell creation. I stick with like 6 basically spells throughout the whole game because it makes the levels a lot faster. But either way, gonna sit back, gonna watch. I'm gonna do some of my actual job work while I'm adding commentary to this. So the commentary itself will be in and out, but mostly I'm already on the second level of 52, and I will pop in and out. So enjoy this speedrun, fastest in the world of a very old game. It beats the old record by, 3 times? And so, have fun. Alright, save it real quick. We got the most important spell in the game. 15 minutes in. I guess we've had it for a little bit, so probably 10 minutes in we got it. Not gonna lie, I stopped watching for a second to do my own stuff. You may have missed it in the beginning, but you can pick what your discipline is going to be between air, earth, fire, and water. And I picked air, which is why the magic wing spell that I just used is so important. It's a little dangerous sometimes. I have to fight that guy. Set up my heal. There's the wizard. I don't know why I made magic sword. I don't use it very much. There we go, kill him. The box. A lot of times the boxes are right near me. Sometimes there's like, well, at the most there's 8, but sometimes there's as many as 4 boxes in a realm. When I deal with the water realm, that's what I'm going to have to deal with. Which I'm about to unlock. I think. I might have to go against a second set of wizards. This is the spell. Oh, I have to go to the death domain. I have to die. Because there's a box just to the south that I need. There's the box, then I just gotta get to the top right. You notice that on the map, this first time on Death Domain, on the map that you can't see anything. There's no monsters, there's no boxes. It's all in there because there's a box right there. But part of the Death Domain is you're not able to see until like one fight at the very end any of the stuff there. Overall, the Death Domain isn't that big of a deal. I do think one time I die in this, but I do it on purpose. Because a battle goes badly, so I jump off a cliff in the Death Domain and then reload. Shouldn't count against me. It's still a speed run, even with one death in the whole thing. This is where I have to defeat all the enemies in all 3 realms. This is going to take a little while. By the way, if my Stonehenge in a realm dies, I have to go to the Death Domain, or is destroyed, I have to go to the Death Domain in order to restore it. And if the Stonehenge in the Death Domain is destroyed, the game is over. That does not happen in this run, either one of them. But it's good to note that's what that middle bar in the bottom is, the strength of my Stonehenge. Soon I'm going to get a spell that makes these levels where you have to defeat enemies a lot easier, but not yet. So now it's like 10-15 minutes of just clearing enemies out. As I go, I'll occasionally change the map on the bottom left into a display that shows how many boxes and enemies there are left, and so I can sort of keep track. I know I wasn't quite prepared for this one because I did not bring many star heals with me, just 8. And so I have to defeat all the enemies, well now with 7 heals. And Robert is not a really good sword fighter for pretty much the entire game. The only time, except for these levels, that you technically have to use the sword though, is to defeat an enemy wizard. No spell can kill an enemy wizard. So there we go, 16 enemies left, 15 after this undead. But yeah, so this, not gonna lie, this kind of slogs on for the next 10 or so minutes as I have to go through all 3 realms and kill every enemy in every realm. Okay, one down, two to go. I always hate fighting near these bridges. I'm always afraid I'm going to fall off, even though I played this game for years and almost never fall off of them. But on the bright side, we're almost done with this level. Then just one more, where we've got to, well, yeah, one more realistically, where we got to fight all the enemies without any help. Still don't know how I missed that one guy at the very top where it started, but it is what it is. Alright, one more to go. 2 down. I can make the spell now. I haven't asked if I to do it. Looks like I went ahead and... Am I going to? I am going to. I'm going to go make it now. Because the spell that we're building up for is water breathing, so we can access the water realm. 30 minutes into it. Modify it, of course, make it as powerful as I can, because it requires 3 aspects and they're not that easy to come across. But modifying this one makes it last a lot longer. Of course, there's 0 help in the fire realm, the last realm I need to go to. Oh, I need to get garlic cloves too. I do save quite a bit, which adds a couple seconds here and there to my time. Maybe if I was braver, I could cut up to, what, 3-4 minutes off the entire run by saving less. I do feel like there are more efficient ways I could have beaten this game. But either way, you know what? I will take the significantly reduced playtime. Whether or not it can be improved upon, well, that's for somebody later to do. I just wanted to be first for a while, and so once this run is done, that's what I'll be. I will be first for a while. Because I'm not sure how many people are ever going to go back and actually play this game. Even though it is, like, again, first time you play through it, second time you play through it, it is a really, really good game. But it's time consuming. You know, it takes, on average, 26 hours. So, for those who are interested in just a quick little Mario-esque, how fast can I get through the level, it's not the game for you. If you're more interested in a medium-length role-playing game, well, then this one's definitely a good one to go for, despite the fact it's, 30 years old. The graphics, well, they clearly don't really hold up, but they're good for the 90s. And the AI, they've got some pretty good pathing, except for that guy in the lava right there. But it's not over the top. And that's actually kind of what makes it a good game, is the fact that it's not over the top. It's challenging, especially later on, but it's not rough. Like, it's not gonna break you unless you're really, really bad at this kind of game. But either way, gotta get through this, and then I've got to kill another fake wizard that my master creates for me. As I can't say the word, I can never say it. Starts with an S. Simulacrum, whatever. A fake wizard. In the water realm, collect 4 boxes, and then I get the spell that allows me to basically screen wipe everything. So, just gotta get through this level, and then things get a lot faster. Alright, gotta resupply, talk to all the new people, and then go to the water domain. Probably overspending, but I want to make sure that I had enough, and so I bought basically everything that was available as soon as I could, regardless of how much money it cost. And I remember playing when I was younger, that I'd run out of money as I went because I was just buying absolutely everything. And despite the fact I just spent a whole lot of money on resources, I don't actually run out while doing this gameplay. It's kind of strange. Like, I just keep finding more and more as I go. And to be fair, part of my notes did take me through different ways to make money, so that probably helped quite a bit. But either way, get a couple more spells, probably save again, yep. And then run to the water domain, kill the wizard, and get the boxes. You'll notice as I go that I start almost every level by casting magic wings on myself, just to make sure I get where I need to go without getting too killed by enemies right off the bat. And just like that, wizard in the water realm is dead, or fake wizard in the water realm is dead, and fly away to get the first box. And just like that, the first trip into the water is done. Most of the boxes are totally useless for a speed run, but really helpful for an actual gameplay. but it was required to get all 4 of them, so I got all 4. Now it sounds like he's putting in more wizards into every realm, where once again, I don't need to kill all the enemies, which is great. However, I believe he also just gave me a new magic word. And I don't think I noticed it. Let's see. I might go for a fight without getting it. Yep, looks like I do. Back to the water. Oh well. I'm not sure it's happened yet. When I'm all green like that, it means I've been poisoned naturally, which is just annoying. I made 1 sword. I was not ready for this fight, but that's alright. It's an easy one. It's early in the game. Don't even have to get the boxes. Just kill the enemies and leave. Or kill the wizard and leave. So what, that take? Like 2 minutes to go down and kill them and run away? The only problem early game is that Mind Attack, the most powerful attack spell in the whole game, doesn't get a new set of aspects for a little while, and so probably not, I think, until I defeat all 4 of these, well, now 3 worlds. And so I have to go through all of it without the aid of the spell that would really help me a lot. Well, not without, but with limited access to it. I have to be careful with it. How about that? This may or may not actually be where I died. I know there was one right around here. I know, I'm pretty sure it was in the error domain that I made the oops. Let's see. Yep, that was it. Got surrounded, didn't heal myself in time, wasted a whole bunch of mental attacks, mind attacks, and so this added, we'll see how long, 47 minutes is when I can start moving. So let's see how much time this added. Part of the issue was I wasn't sure where the exit was, and so I ran to the bottom left. It was once again the top right. The death domain changes depending on where you are in the game. Becomes more and more difficult to navigate. Stonehenge moves around, and so I wasn't quite sure where to go, but it was back in the top right. So I, of course, started in the complete opposite corner. For a totally avoidable death. Also, I guess I died twice, because I for sure load a game at one point. But it's not here. So I died twice throughout the whole thing, but only 1 permanent death. Because this is only a temporary death. Like I said before, if you get out of the death domain, game continues like nothing happened. Which is really nice having 2 chances. You die in the real world, you go to the death domain, you get out, and then you're fine. Kind of an interesting mechanic. I might have to steal it for a game of my own. We'll see. I'm not sure if anybody else has done that before. Or since. But either way, it looks like it added a minute and a half to my run. So, because we're at 48:30, we're at 47. So yeah, added just over a minute and a half for stupidity. I take a slightly more cautious approach this time, just killing all the enemies instead of running headlong into them. I also use a lot of magic swords because I don't want to use my mind attacks. I already wasted a whole bunch of them. I'm gonna be honest, in years of playing, this is one of the only times I have ever fought, for the most part, on my own, a wizard without using a spell. Or using a spells? Using spells. Instead, well, I mean, magic sword, but come on, that doesn't count. So, go through, restock my swords, my healing. Maybe I don't have the new magic word yet that makes the life a lot easier. Got 2 more wizards to kill, then I get the spell. Or magic word. At that point, it becomes a series of wipes, and we're 1/3 of the way through the run. We're at 51 minutes, which is not bad. Because we're almost to the point where the other wizards show up, and after that, life gets very simple. Apparently I decided for the most part just to use swords again, despite everything going on around me. That one probably could have been done faster too. And more efficient since I got 2 heals left right now. even though I hit most wizards with mental attack that causes that same kind of agony that got hit with me right there. I absolutely hate dealing with that agony spell. Just because it's not as bad as a confusion spell that I never actually developed myself, but that hits me later. But still kind of annoying. And of course, can't remember if I actually fall in or if I just get really close. Waste a couple magic attacks. Yeah, I fell in the water a little bit. Fight the cloud. This is a surprisingly tough fight. It doesn't help that he keeps running away from me. There we go. Alright, all 4 wizards down. We are 55 minutes into it. I get the second ether word. And now life becomes super simple once I restock a little bit. Because I definitely need the ferns so that I can fly again. Running out of magic wings is terrible. I'm not sure why pomegranates are the thing that sell for so much. There's like, was it 3 levels of pomegranate? Regular, gold, and sapphire pomegranates. And people on Earth love them. They'll spend anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 on them. Either way, talk to the new people, get a couple things, restock my supplies. We now have access to the gold chalices again. Gold chalices are what make the mental attack. And so, with those, and with no money, I can now begin just screen wiping. So, got to make a couple spells, modify them, and then begin. One thing that does happen is my master is the one who was letting me see what was in every map, and so I have to recreate the spells that he made. Upgrade my orcs even though I never use them. But I've got a lot of upgrading to do, a lot of modifying to do, and then start going in. Did I not realize? Yeah, yep, go back. Wait, do I not have it yet? Do I have to do one more round of wizards? That doesn't make any sense. Let me see when I make this spell if I have it yet. This is the spell that lets me see the enemies. Oh, I don't have the second ether word yet. Okay, I can't screen wipe yet. One more round of enemies, then I can screen wipe. Man, that takes a lot longer than I thought it did. will say we are on step... here we are. Step 20. Out of... How many steps did I write down? 34. So, it's only 14 more steps to go through. And don't get me wrong, sometimes the steps are like defeat the wizards in every realm, so there's a lot of fights going on. But we're working on our... Let's see, this is the second fight of this round, so 16th fight of the 54. So there's a lot left, 2 hours left. But in general, things, as soon as I defeat these 4 wizards, do, as I keep promising, get a lot easier. And the advantage is, of course, I don't have to kill all the enemies in these maps, I just have to find and kill the wizard. And for the most part, except for the air domain, none of the boxes really matter that much. They've got like a couple little supplies, and so I skip them. Like, if they're not going to help me, why use them? There we go. There's 2 down. One of these times I'm actually going to time how long a fight takes. Actually, I'll time this one. How long does this fight take? Going to fire, probably. 125. Box should be right below me, but I don't even think I get it. Yeah. Because there's nothing worthwhile in it. Agony. Stuck in the rocks a little bit because I was too late. Got in. So that was less than a minute. To 210, basically. 125 to 2... That's like 30 seconds. So some of these fights do not take long. So the last of these 4 fights. Kill off the Earth Wizard. Never that tough. Do have to avoid these little hits. Another agony. I can't wait till I get the spell that makes it so that that doesn't hit me anymore. Well, for the most part. There's the wizard. Clear the path a little bit. Then fly away with my last magic wings. Normally the Earth Wizards don't matter that much. There we go. Okay, now I get yelled at by the Earth Wizard. There he is. He's telling me not to go into their domains anymore, so they're setting up some generators. To destroy the generators, I have to use physical spells. Like explosion, or I can just use create light, which is the spell that I am building up. After I get more resources, getting down to 25 powders was a bit of a oops. I do have to do 2 full rounds of generators, though, which is admittedly annoying, but fast. Okay, so keep buying some resources. And then I guess deal with some real world stuff. So anyway, I am completing step 21 right now, which is finishing off the revelation spell, because I gotta use the second level ether word for it. Create light, one of the most important things. And then I go through and defeat the 4 realms again. This time I do have to defeat all of the enemies in each realm, but except for the air domain, it's much, much easier. The reason air domain isn't easier is because create light, which damages everything on the map except for myself, doesn't affect illusions, those giant ghost-looking things that are blue and yellow. And so I actually have to manually defeat the illusions in every realm. Create light, however, also damages and destroys the generators. So the generators create enemies, create light kills the enemies created and damages the generators. In the first run, it takes 3 uses of create light to destroy the generators after it's been modified. In the second set of generators, it takes 4. So we're looking at 28 spells to destroy the generators and any physical enemy on the map. I then have to go through and manually defeat all of the illusions, because I do have to destroy every enemy. And there's some times where create light, for whatever reason, doesn't work. Where like the spell will be used but not go, so I can't just create 28 create lights and call it good. Like I have to create more as I go. Plus I didn't have enough resources for the full 28. But either way, while I am watching the destruction of all these enemies from last week, in the real world, I think I'm gonna go take out the trash. So I'll be back for more commentary later. So one thing you probably noticed is that Create Light does create a slight lag in the game, despite being on an Alienware laptop. DOSBox can only do so much. So the Create Light lags it, but kills everything. Gotta take the good with the bad. One left for this round. Then we gotta do it all over again with a more difficult, what's it called, the generators, which really aren't any more difficult because Create Light just makes it so easy to run through this portion of the game. Actually, it makes it easier to run through the entire game, but mostly this early run. And there was one right there where the Create Light didn't actually work. There we go. Like I said, sometimes it glitches, but for the most part, very, very simple spell. And so we are running step 22 right now, just about to finish it. Go back to Earth, earn some money, go back and destroy actually only 3 more generators, because in my realm, which is air, I gotta fight the minion wizard. Every realm has a minion and a boss wizard that have to be dealt with at some point. And so you start off with the minions, and you have to fight your domain's minion twice. Once now, and then once later, simply because they want you to see that it can be difficult. And she is kind of difficult. I can't remember if she's where I die my second time. or not. Like, she's not tough because of the wizard itself. She's tough because of all of the illusions she casts around her, and it's entirely possible that's where my second death comes in, where I just jump off a cliff. We'll find out in a second, because it's not going to take long to get to that fight. I just remember jumping off a cliff at one point, and then reloading rather than keeping the loss of all the spells I used. But first I gotta go here, talk to him, go to Romania, talk to her, go back to him, and in that process I make $25,000, which helps a lot. Especially when money is already really, really low. Well, I should have at least one golden pomegranate if I haven't used it already. Buy some more garlic cloves. Definitely more of those, because they allow me to make the create light. And then I start buying some roses and lemons now, because they're available now, and I'm gonna need them later. Already a bunch of them right there. Well, I got her, so I guess this isn't where I died. At some point, maybe it's during the mine domain. Actually, I can almost guarantee it's during the mine domain, because the guy is not where he's supposed to be. Yeah, that's where I died. And then jump off a cliff. So, we've got a little while before I die again. If you're, looking forward to it. 2 more generators left. Then we start fighting all of the minion wizards. After that, we finally gain access to the last 2 realms, which are a lot tougher than anything else. And then just a couple little things, and the game will be over. And of course, by a couple little things, I mean a lot. Gotta kill all the main wizards, gotta kill the final boss 7 different times. But beyond that, almost there. But an hour and a half in, and about to destroy the second round of generators, which is step 24 of 34. So we've only got 10 more steps left to finish off this game. And I'll grant, it does take another 2 hours. I'll also grant this is not perhaps the most exciting game in the world to watch, but it is truly a lot of fun to play. And so I do, and I will again, recommend it for anybody who's even a fan of just casual role-playing games. Just because it does, if you play through the actual game, take a lot of time and effort and investment. It is a lot of fun. Speedrun, perhaps not as much fun, but it is what it is. I do recommend you go out and try it. Anyway, defeat the last generators, and then we start killing off minions, which sounds like a Despicable Me plotline. Oh well. Alright, there we go. Step 24 is done. 25 is just returning to Earth to buy more stuff if I need it. And then step 26, which is 5 fights, 4 wizards, and 1 returning to a realm of a defeated wizard to get a box, because it's only available after they leave. Takes us to 30 of the fights. Right now we're at 25. We've got 30 or 54, 53, because I actually managed to get away with one of them. 53 total fights. This is 25 done. And I no longer need to kill all of the enemies in any realm ever again. Now it is literally just kill wizards, get out. And so it does ironically go faster, despite the fact there's still a lot of time left. So, killing minions. Start off with the air one, just because it's my realm and it's a little bit tougher fight. Again, not because of the fight itself, but because all the potential danger of falling, all of these illusions following me. So what is that, like half a dozen? I mean, not half, but a dozen already. And so, maybe more than that. Just slogging through all of this is what takes time. There she is, right up against Stonehenge. I do find it amusing that they never bothered to update the wizard based on whether it was a male or female. There's all bearded old men wandering around in their robes. She gets away for a second, because why wouldn't she? It's too bad Stonehenge doesn't actually hurt her. Purple spell just knocked me down. It's called Fly Swat. Took away my magic wings, which doesn't make this any easier. Really, the biggest issue is just how many enemies that there are right there. There we go. Killed her. I do have to get the boxes here because there are 2 very, very important boxes, and 1 not so important that I think I get anyway in this run, which is not necessary. So it takes another 30 seconds into my speed run that wasn't necessary. But here's what it is. Go get the 2 boxes, because 1 is a new armor. I believe the other is a new sword to make my attacks better. Then I have to come back to this realm to get the 1 box. Oh, I don't go get it. So I have to come back to this realm to get the box that shows up only after a minion is defeated. So that one will take 30 seconds, but 1 minion down, 3 to go. Well, technically 5 to go, but 3 to go at this step. So yeah, she took a little bit more resources than I thought she would during that fight. But either way. Going to the next one. Where'd I go? Fire! Why not? I do like how the minions, and even the wizards themselves, when we start seeing them, are typically famous individuals from either literature or actual history. Like, one of them... Who is it? One of them, I can't remember if it's Ether or Mind. I think it's Ether, is the Sumerian god, or king, whichever one he might be, Gilgamesh. And so, it's not a conventional looking Gilgamesh. They look, I always thought they were a woman until I read their name. They don't quite look the way you'd expect them to, but a lot of them are famous. So like we got Al Capone is one, just because. And so it's kind of fun watching, see what people from history became wizards in what realm. Death in the air. Sometimes the wizards are a lot easier than others. Like that one took all of about 30-45 seconds. Which does mean there should only be one left. Except this time I actually have to go and get one of the boxes, and I don't think I wrote down which box was necessary. Pretty sure the one in the top right is the one necessary, and the one in the bottom right is useless. But because I didn't write down which was which, I have to get them both during this speedrun. And so maybe that would take another 30 seconds off of a future speedrun if I went through and figured out which box I actually did need. It's also kind of annoying that the Earth Wizard stops my make light like that. See, it starts to go, and then all of a sudden it'll get cancelled. Except not this time. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, that was way too early. But, that's alright. It's still an easy fight. But yeah, just getting 30 seconds, even though, oh, excuse me, just 30 seconds was not bad to get the 2 extra boxes. But okay, now I've opened up the last 2 realms. Ether, super difficult because of the realm itself. You'll see that in a second. Like, there's very little place to actually walk. I hate fighting in the Ether domain. And thankfully, I only have to, like, 4 or 5 times in the entire game. The Mind realm is annoying for an entirely different reason, and that is that a lot of the personal modifier spells, like Magic Wings, doesn't work. Just flat out, you cannot cast them, and so you wind up doing a lot of extra walking, and so the Mind realm, especially since I am pretty sure that is where I die the second time, adds a lot of extra just time in wandering through the realm, trying to get all of the right boxes and everything, and to even get to the wizard. But either way, step 27 of 34, kill the last 2 minions. The one advantage to killing them is that each one does give you the third level word in their realms. So if I defeat Ether, I gain some really good spells to improve my killing ability and my movement, because I get teleport with 3rd level Ether. If I kill the Mind Wizard, my mental attack suddenly gets more powerful. So there's no bad way to go, since I use both Ether and Mind far more, with the possible exception of Magic Wings, than any other realm's magic. And so, here we go. The last 2 minions. Starting, there's Gilgamesh with Ether, and like I said, it's very hard to see where it's safe to walk and where it's not safe to walk. I am just standing here though, because for the minion fight, it starts off with a bunch of explosions. Here they come, hitting you and taking away half your health. So I just sit there for a second, take the damage, and then I start to go find the minion. That purple spell, that Fly Swat, also really unhelpful in the Ether domain, which is where it's used more than anywhere else. Just because as you're flying around, all of a sudden the wizard will knock you down into the ground. There he is. With so many illusions around. Another thing that would save me some time is realizing that I missed a box right next to the dead wizard, and so I have to go all the way back to them to get the second box, because I need both boxes to leave here. Yeah, that one. That's the box I need. There we go. Okay, so I can upgrade all of my ether spells, create the new one, teleport, even though teleport is completely useless in the mind domain. I will have it for later, which is absolutely essential to doing anything. In the next fight, though, in the mind domain, there are 8 different boxes, which, like I said, is very inconvenient when you can't cast any personal modifiers on yourself to help you move faster, which includes teleport. And so, even though I'm making the spell now, I'm not going to be able to use it for a little while. I'm also making a spell called Energized, which is exceptionally helpful for... Oh, you know what? I think I'm about to kill myself. Anyway, it's exceptionally helpful for killing wizards because it increases your physical power and the power of your spells for a short time. Oh, I'm totally about to kill myself, aren't I? Do I save first? I do save first. Good for me. Maybe this is where I die. Because this spell that I'm making right now is a mind spell, and I'm going to use the Ether Word, which results in a rather horrific death animation, even for the 90s. And there it is. At which point I stare at my dead face with great confusion, because I didn't realize when I made it that it was supposed to be the mind spell, not Ether. So do I just jump off a cliff here? Let's see. Either way, it adds time to my run. Which I know at the time stressed me out a little bit because I didn't want to add more time. Oh no, I just walk into Stonehenge on this one. Okay, this isn't the one where I load. It still adds an extra 45 seconds, which were completely unnecessary. In the meantime, modify my spells, make them more powerful. Healing's important, create light's important. Modify teleport to make it better. Get those. Modify energize, make it better. What the game does not tell you is that one enemy in particular cannot be defeated unless you cast energize on yourself, which is really annoying if it's your first time playing through. That would be the Master Water Wizard. He cannot be defeated if you don't cast Energize on yourself. So if you're gonna do a playthrough of your own on this, make sure you get that spell. Otherwise, what you're going to wind up doing is fighting him over and over and over again and dying because you eventually run out of spells and or drown, and you will rage quit, which may or may not have happened to me when I was younger. Simply because I did not understand that spell was necessary. By the way, here's the introduction to the Mind Realm, where you've got panels that help you float and a bunch of toy box things and everything. I do know the Mind Wizard is not where he's supposed to be. I'm pretending to be me. For whatever reason, he's across this chasm, whereas he's not supposed to be across this chasm. It doesn't look like a chasm, it just looks like bricks. But trust me, that's the whole. So, yeah, there he is right there. He's not supposed to be there. Throws me off. And I think I get stuck. I remember why. I'm 90% positive I had to go fight this fight again. I may have just quit out. Let's see. I wonder how I finish this one. Confusing during the playthrough because he's supposed to be in the corridor I'm above right now, or below right now, but he wound up all the way over in the other section. Maybe I just fight him. Oh, that's why I quit. I have no mental attacks. I knew I quit, I just couldn't remember why. So I have to go back, re-prepare, because I was stupid. Then go back in and kill everything. But the second time, I think the wizard goes back to where he's supposed to be. So this fight was my fault for not preparing, but not, and partly the wizard's fault for not being where he was supposed to be. That's alright. I hadn't used very many spells. Here we go. Attempt number 2. Also important if you're going to do a speedrun of your own, you cannot cast spells when you're in the water on regular realms. Obviously you can in the water realm. In the other realms you cannot. This time, so I'm just going to beat the crap out of him. He'll get the 1 box I need to get out of the 8, which is thankfully not that far away. Poisoned, I've got a lot of enemies around me. There's a demon there, which really threw me off. There should not be demons yet. It's just called a phantasm. There's the demon portion of him. It's like this fight ended up being tougher in general should have been. I almost killed myself fighting. Take out the swords. Yeah, this fight took a lot longer than it should have. Normally it's a very quick fight to kill him. myself a little bit more powerful. There we go. Now he's dead. So I just gotta get the one box and then get out of the mine domain. And then there's a new trick, of course, because they can't be just as easy as it should be. Before moving on, I've got to go back to Earth, back to Terra, because there is some stuff there that's really important. Most specifically, I have to go talk to Selena, who is basically the love interest if you're playing the actual game. And then she will give me $100,000 for giving her that thing I just got from the Mind Realm, the Pearl of Enlightenment. No, Book of Witches. Book of Witches. Because that Book of Witches allows you to go into the Death Domain later. And so, very, very helpful. Like, purposely go into it, not accidentally go into it. But in the meantime, while I was fighting the minions, the Master Wizards went through and they kidnapped my master, and so now I have to save him. And to save him, I have to go through every realm and find keys to each realm. Because each realm is now locked away. Because it, can be. I got the first key by just talking to the hippie guy at Stonehenge. So I gotta restock my spells. Thankfully, again, I don't have to kill all the enemies. I don't have to fight any wizards, and even in this one, I just have to run through. Now I can create that spell that killed me before, because I've got the third little magic, or mind word. Upgrade my stuff, modify my stuff, just in general, make myself far more powerful than I need to be. I go back in there. Get one key at a time. We are almost done, because once I get all the keys, then it's just kill the Master Wizards, and then kill the main boss 7 times, and the game is over. So we are on step 30. We got to go to 6 different realms, which takes us to 38 fights. We are making our way through this, because again, if I don't have to kill anything, well, technically I have to kill anything, this goes so quickly. Because it's just get in, kill it, get out. Get in, kill it, get out. Pick it up, whatever. So start in the wire domain, because I hate it. Not as much as the other domain like that either, but it's always inconvenient casting the water breath and making sure I have enough of them. The totem helps, so. You can sort of hear it in the background. Generators are back. Every time one shows up, it makes a sound. There's that sound. But all I gotta do is get the box and get out, so the generators don't matter. Using the totem for my magic wings means I don't have to use any of my actual spells, so just running through. One realm at a time, gotta go through all 6. what is this, the 4th realm in? Water, air, ether, now mind. I do use the create light here simply because I can't just fly to the chest I need to get to. And so I have to actually kill things. Mind takes a little bit longer. Always does. But after that, we go back to the quick fights. In the next 2 realms, fire and earth, I do have to get two boxes instead of 1. But that's alright. Like, we're almost there. Terrible mistake right here, though. All of those orcs are not actually orcs. They're demons. That is a phantasm generator. And phantasms and demons both can cast spells, which is why I'm running like mad right now, because that is basically going up against 10 or 12 wizards alone. And it's not one that ends well if you stick with it. So, running away. I also, in this realm, this one I definitely screwed up on. I go to the wrong spot. Like, the box is in the right-hand side by a little bit of water over there. But I misread my notes, and I go to the middle of the map, not the right-hand side. So going against those phantasms was totally unnecessary in general, because it's not even taking me to the right spot. So, if there's ever another run, like, this is where a lot of improvement could be made. Just passed it without even seeing it. It didn't even show up on my screen, and the make light didn't help because it made it so I couldn't see that the box was there. So now I run all the way to the middle of the map, only to discover the box isn't there, reread my notes, and then come back over. So this run added 3-4 minutes to my whole thing. Maybe even 5, just because I can't use personal modifiers. It was very unfortunate. I was not happy with myself. Realize my error. Time to go off to the right, where I just was. except for the dragons that suddenly randomly show up, almost everything's dead, so it's easier. Okay, there we go. Now, 2 realms left. Both realms have 2 boxes, but they're much easier because I can go back to just flying around. I just had to get through the mind realm first. So restock my spells because I used a lot there. And then finish the last 2. Find my master's missing spirit because his spirit has been separated from his body. And the idea is I will reconnect the 2 together if I can find both spirit and body. But first the spirit, then we go back to Earth for a couple things, get a couple of magic words, get a sword, and start slaughtering master wizards. So we're about to finish step 30 of the whole game, out of 34. So we are almost done with the basic stuff. We've got, after these 2 fights, 15 more to go. Either way, here's box number 1 in the Fire Realm. Head over to get box number 2. Go to the Earth Realm, do the same thing, and then begin. I might not even get the second box in the Earth Realm, I'm not sure. It's not worth it when I'm looking at my notes. Depends on whether or not I decided it was worth it while I was playing. Because that, I don't remember. And I do still have to get to that point where I die and then reload. Not sure where that is either. It's coming up soon though. Looks like I do go get the other one. It's just a sapphire pomegranate. Well, not sure if I need the money. So that's another 45 seconds between getting the box and getting down to the other box that could be cut out. Another demon generator. This last one, and there we go. Okay. Minions are dead. Keys have been found. Gotta run to Terra real quick one more time. Well, not one more time, but again. Get the 4th air word, which is really important. Deals with him with a broken sword. get a new sword, bunch of little things, and then start killing master wizards. However, I do have one final, well, no, one more spell to create. There's actually 3 more spells to do total, but one more spell, Snowstorm, which doesn't work in a couple of realms, but damages everybody in the realm and slows them down, which helps especially in the mind realm. So make Snowstorm and then start killing wizards. After I kill 4 of them, I get the last magic words. As always, start in the air domain, get some create light going, even though it doesn't matter as much because illusions. Once again, don't have to kill all the enemies. This one doesn't even have a box, so all I gotta do is go down, kill the wizard, get out. You will notice that the air domain has changed significantly since I was last here, because the wizards don't like what I've been doing, and they want to change up their realms to make sure I don't kill them, which does not work in their favor. Let's be honest, at this point I'm a master wizard myself, but that's alright. Energize myself. He doesn't even have minions around him. He thought I'd be somewhere else. Or they thought I'd be somewhere else. There we go, they're dead. She's dead. Big thing, make sure to spare their lives. Or their spirits. You spare their spirits, and it makes it a lot easier for you when you fight the final boss. But, just like that, 1 wizard down, 5 to go. Right, so this is not exactly time-consuming. It's just a matter of doing it. I don't have to start getting boxes until the mind domain. Then I've got to get a few of them. But once I kill 4 bosses, 4 wizards, I get the last magic words, where I get a lot of power from those last magic words. And so, here we go. Finish up the last few wizards, and then fight the boss 7 times, which is really, really annoying. That flashing all around him is the invulnerability spell, which does not quite work the way it says it's going to. It's supposed to, in theory, make it to where it doesn't allow you to get hurt. Realistically, it just reduces damage. Starting to get a low battery with all the stuff I've been doing for my actual job. But that's alright. 2 wizards down. I'm just gonna go down and grab a box that I don't need to get. I don't know why I'm going down here. Or why I went down here. Maybe in my notes I didn't have the word no on there yet, but I do now. Because it's just money, just some pomegranates. Oh well. 2 wizards down. get the mind realm out of the way. Pretty sure was my thought process at the time. Also went all the way down the right side of realms. Started with air, went to water, now mind. You have to run face first into this wall, though. It's the only way to actually break it down. I've never actually seen a place that I could dispel it. And yes, I'm wasting 2 magic attacks, but that's okay. I'm no longer as worried about resources. Well, I do. In the mind realm, I need to get all the boxes. I can't remember what one I need, but I do need all of them. Is this where I die? Like I said, I know I die somewhere. Running away did not help. Noted the confusion he just cast on me. Swords of my own going. Turn to a toad. This might be where I die. I use so many spells. Oh, nope, got him. But I've still used so many spells. Expensive fight. I gotta get 2 more boxes. There's the snowstorm to help me out. Down to 2 heals. Poisoned. Run out of mental attacks. This was not a good run. Could have been done so much smoother. Why I haven't cured myself of poison yet. Not bad. Halfway through the Master Wizards, halfway through step 32 of 34. The hardest one after this, undeniably, Ether. And then, of course, the final boss. So I gotta fight him, like I've said, 7 times. Once in every realm, this time including the Death Realm. That's why I had to get that one item to give me access to the death realm, because eventually I will get to the point where I'm able to actually use spells there for one whole fight that takes all of a minute. But at least I have the access. Of course, for this last boss realm, I have to go all the way down to the bottom right, below that giant room, which naturally is not where I go the first time. Is how there's so much time left. I feel like the last few fights don't take that long, but I guess I do have 10 more fights to do. So even if we average 6 minutes per fight, that's the hour. I guess that does make sense. But here we go. 3 down, 3 to go. After fighting that Master Wizard, though, there are a few spells I need to restock on. Because that one took a little bit out of me. I go to the Earth Domain mostly to shut the guy up because he's a little annoying with all the conversations he's had so far. But now that I teleport and I'm no longer in the Mind Realm, this becomes so easy. All I gotta do is go find him. I do remember I make one mistake though. I start running off after I kill him to the top right where I think the box is, but it's actually in the top left. So I run the entire wrong direction for a little bit after killing him, which adds, again, a little bit of time here. And so those little bits of time, they add up a bit here and there, but that's alright. I love that I get the victory music, that I killed every enemy, even though there are more enemies because they showed up as he summoned them. So I get, I've killed everybody except for the one that just showed up. Exploring the top right before suddenly getting the realization, oh wait, I'm in the wrong spot. Gotta go all the way to the other side of the map. All because I can't read. On the bright side, everything is dead, so it's not like I have to fight anything on the way there. It's just annoying that I had to take a second trip. 4 down, I get all the magic words. Now I can upgrade my spells, and everything will be at max level. I can also get the last 2 spells that I need, which are going to be very important later on, because I create my own phantasms now, as well as my own demons. They're 2 different summoning spells. And so that allows me to bring in my own, basically, extra wizards. Plus, especially in the mind domain, where it's the most important, the enemy wizards tend to, or I guess the one that's left, tend to focus on the demons more than you, and so they're kind of used as spell shields to keep me a little bit safer as I run through, which actually works relatively well. It's not perfect, but it does what it needs to do. Unfortunately, my next fight is in the ether, which, again, I just hate the ether. I do have to go back to Terra to restock and go back and forth between a couple areas to get a better sword. Yes. No, I'm looking ahead. What am I doing right now? No, I just gotta kill the 2 wizards, so I gotta restock a little bit. Kill the 2 wizards. The back and forth in Terra and on Earth is after the final boss shows up. Honestly, it's hard to tell if more time is spent uh, creating spells or in the actual battles. Little column A, little column B, I think. But that's alright. We're about to hit the final stretch. Just gotta get the box here. Wizard's dead. Oh, there's no box. Never mind. Wizard's dead. Killed Socrates. One left. One Master Wizard left. Then all that's left is the boss, who have to fight one time in every realm. Restock my spells again. Save, of course. Here we go. Finally, defeat the last boss. Get my master's body back. Because, remember, they stole his body and separated his spirit from his body, so all I've got is his spirit. Thankfully, teleport makes this so much easier. Even with the lag caused by the Create Light spell. Which way his spell was going to try and track down where he is. Go. And he should be. There he is. Just like the last fire wizard, the minion, kill them above lava because it's entertaining. And down. Although I don't know why they don't fall in the lava. They probably never anticipated that you'd kill them over it. Either way, Cortez is now dead too. And turns out the final boss is, of course, your mentor, the guy who brought you in to begin with, who believes he's the chosen one. And so now you have to prove him wrong by defeating him in one time in every single realm, including the Death Realm. So, stock up on my spells, save. One of these realms is where I accidentally die because I'm stupid and I have to reload. I'm not sure which one it is, because, again, I'm rewatching a stream that I did last week. But go through, kill him in every realm. I did, of course, just now realize the timer I have going is extremely cheap. And by cheap, I mean free, and there is not a way to pause it. And so I will have to pay attention when I defeat him the last time what the actual time is that it ends on, because just pausing the timer won't work and restarting the timer would be stupid. So, ah well. We are now on the final step, step 34, 7 fights. Plus, I do have to go to the death domain twice. There's an item there, the best helmet in the whole game is in the death domain after I beat the boss twice. And so that does add an extra 5 minutes that I have only realized after completing the speedrun that I probably didn't need the helmet. The Crown of Charlemagne. I probably could beat the game without getting the extra armor, and so I could have done it without going to the death domain. But that's not what I did during this gameplay, so we'll defeat him twice, purposely go to the death domain. Because of a glitch, I have to run through the death domain twice instead of just once, and then defeat him the other 5 times. There's also typically a glitch where you have to refight him in the mind domain. For some reason, he doesn't die the first time you kill him, and you have to go back and kill him again. But I managed to avoid the glitch this time by going into the realm and then immediately exiting and then returning to the realm. Seemed to fix the glitch. I was able to kill him in 1 shot instead of 2, so that saved me at least 10 minutes, which was really, really helpful. In the meantime, we got light, we got snow, his health is already down to half. There's also, in this domain in particular, a glitch where if you defeat him, Stonehenge starts to get destroyed. And so I have to go and get the box that's in this realm first, and then go kill him. Unlike every other realm where I killed him and killed the wizard, and then got the box at my leisure. So that's why I'm making this little side trip here. It's a truly annoying glitch. But there we go, got the box. Time to go kill him. He is not really any tougher than any of the other bosses in the game, so it's really just the same strategy. Run up to him, hit him with mental attack a bunch of times, hit him with the sword once, and then exit. Getting hit with all those spells right there doesn't help though. There's always the concern that something is going to knock me into a pit. Getting turned to stone right there. It's the only time it happens this entire run. Actually, do I get knocked into the pit? No, I don't. Wasn't sure if this is where I died. I know I die one of the times against him and have to reload. Which I've been saying for the last couple hours. I just don't remember which realm it's in that I have the issue. Positive it's not the mind realm, because I beat him in the 1 time. But it definitely happens. Maybe it's the ether. It would make sense, because the ether sucks. But I only have to go there 1 more time. I've got 1 more trip to the ether domain, and then I'm done with it. To teleport in front of him. He's so shocked that I was able to defeat him once, like he hadn't been prepping me for this for the last several hours in a regular run, right? The 26-hour run. I've been prepping for this fight for several hours. In this run, it's only been 3. Why I'm teleporting away? I killed him, I got the box. It was a waste of a spell. Yeah, I suddenly realized it there. So there we go, 1 down, 6 to go. Plus the 2 runs to the death domain after defeating him 1 more time in the water domain. So I guess technically 8 more fights to go, but we're on that final stretch. We are just about done with this, despite the fact there's still another 40 minutes, because each fight does take 5 or so minutes, plus the time it takes to restock my spells. I also, just in those quick little trips back and forth, got the best sword in the game, so I now have the best sword. I already got the best amulet. I think I already have the best armor, and so now it's just a matter of beating him here and then getting the best helmet in the game, and we're set. Sure if it's needed, but I'm going to go down and get the box, or I did go down and get the box too. Might have been a useless box, might have taken me a couple extra seconds to get it for no reason. There we go. Either way, I got it. And we'll find out after this fight if it was just spells or if it was something worthwhile. It's just a matter of finding him, but he's invisible because he's a coward. He uses invisibility more than any other wizard, but detect is a fairly early spell that simplifies the matter. And just like that, he's dying in the bushes. There's 2 done. So now I make the side trip to the Death Domain, where twice I have to go through and just because of the weird glitch. And you'll see the glitch. Like, it's a very obvious glitch. It's not like it's partial. So I have to go down a little bit, find the pits, because the box is by some pits, get into Stonehenge, but then instead of take me out of the domain like going to Stonehenge would normally do. It puts me back at the start of the death domain, where I have to then do the whole thing a second time. Which is just really annoying. It's not difficult by any means. I've got almost all of the best things in the game. All that I'm missing is this helmet. There it is. Now I just gotta get into Stonehenge, have it reset on me, do it again. I do kind of like adding commentary after doing the actual video instead of doing it while I play. Oop, oop. Dangerous there. But because it lets me look at it and then come back later. There we go. Go around. Dangerous fight there. This glitch is undeniably annoying. Because here it is. Have to do it again. Almost died because I'm stupid. That's alright. Run to the death domain. Go kill him in the ether domain. My last time I have to go there. Feeling like it is the ether where I die. Because he doesn't go where he's supposed to. He's supposed to go right to Stonehenge, and for some reason he doesn't. That causes some problems for me. Oh well. Finish off this, then go to that. There we go. Got through the death domain twice. Save, so I don't have to deal with it again. Go to the ether. Let's see if this is where I die. Oh, I cast Make Light. It's not helpful. I will point out that in the previous speedrun, the one done by that Pearl Anham, or Ahem, I'll have to go back, I'm sorry if I mispronounced his name. He says at the end of his third video, where he finishes it after 10 hours, that he doesn't see how anybody could beat it any faster than that. And so he was super proud of it, and I almost feel bad that I'm going to wind up beating him by 5.5 hours. 6.5 hours almost. But maybe that will inspire him, if not somebody else, to come in and try again. Right now I'm just waiting for my master to show up here, because typically this is where he's at. He comes up to Stonehenge. If I remember right, he doesn't. He's supposed to, and so a lot of this is just kind of waiting to see where he's at. Yep, here it is. That's where I died. Okay, so this is where I reload, go back in, and then kill him. So, gotta kill him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more times after I jump off this cliff. And it's just one realm at a time, because it's just easier to reload after what just happened. Okay, ether and fire out of the way. Two more left before the death domain, so three fights left. The mind domain, then air, then death. And the mind domain, like I said before, is the most annoying one because typically it kicks you out, or it doesn't allow you to defeat him, even though you kill him. And so I did manage to get around it this time by just exiting and going back in. And then it's a long slog. Most of what's left of the time is fighting that mind domain simply because I can't, like before, teleport around. If you're wondering why I'm just standing here, this was when I chose to take a quick bathroom break during the actual gameplay, so that added a couple minutes, since I hadn't taken a break in 3 hours, 3.5 hours at the time. I took one really quick before doing the mind domain because I knew it would take me a while to fight it. So unfortunately it adds to my time, but it was one of those stops I absolutely had to make at the time. There we go. Okay, now, three fights left. Start with the mind, then the air, then death. But again, what I do is attempt, and it actually works, to go into the mind domain and then just immediately leave it before going back in as a way to get around the glitch where I have to fight the mind domain twice, because I just did not want to do the mind domain twice. Which I believe is what the hesitation here is as I'm talking about it. There we go. In, then out again. He believes he's the center of the universe. Go back out. Go back in. And then the big fight to get all the way to him. Start using my demons and not illusions, phantasms more. And there we go. The absolute worst part, in addition to the earthquake he keeps casting, is just that stupid confusion spell that sends me running in random directions. So, after a couple minutes, I'm still only a few steps away from the start. But here we go. Start to make a little bit of movement there. This scenario is why I created all of the demons and phantasms, just to deal with these illusions, because they're really good against illusions. run into the wall to get rid of it. It's the fastest way. He is right there, so all I gotta do, and it's not easy, is hit him while he's invisible or on fire and kill him, which for some reason actually works this time instead of most of the time where he dies but doesn't have the death animation. And without the death animation, the game doesn't count as him being dead. But managed to get through it this time after a minute. There we go. The most annoying fight in the game. Actually managed to get through it. So we've got 2 fights left. One in the air that's quick, and then one in the death domain, also relatively quick. So we're almost done. Alright, just one left, and it does not take very long. Note that in this fight you can actually see everything on the map in the death domain. It's the only time in the entire game when you can. And it doesn't last very long because all I gotta do is come down here and kill him. There he is. Naturally right next to a phantasm generator. If I remember right, it does take me a second to actually kill him. Just because it's kind of a dangerous spot. And there's a lot of other stuff going on. Maybe not. I'm just getting struck by lightning as I go. There we go, he's dead. Beat him for the final time. Unfortunately, the game is not... Actually, he's not dead yet. I'm getting confused. Oh, right, for some reason I can't hit him, and I don't know why. Like the game was registering him as invisible, and he wasn't. And then he teleports away. I don't know how I lost him so bad. He's not really that far away. It's just, I spent a lot of time looking for him. See, right there, right next to the generator. He barely teleported anywhere. He's even close enough, I think, for me to hit him. Maybe not. He's not that far. But there's a lot of stuff going on between the make light and the snowstorm. And He's white, which does not help. There, now he's dead. So now all I gotta do is get into Stonehenge without falling into one of these holes. And I'm not gonna lie, that confusion really concerned me when I was standing right next to it. Now it tells me I have to find his secret lab, which is all the way on the other side of the death domain. So I just gotta teleport through the death domain a little bit. Only takes a couple minutes. Well, not even that long. It takes a couple seconds. Which is why I didn't use all my teleports. Unfortunately, during this last one, like, the death domain is once again hidden. I'm not sure why, when I should be able to see everything that's going on, but for whatever reason, I can't. Alright, all I gotta do is walk into this Stonehenge. We're at 3 hours, 48 minutes, and 28 seconds. I'm gonna call it, well, there we go, 32 seconds. 3 hours, 48 minutes, and 32 seconds to beat the game. 6 hours, almost 6.5 hours faster than the fastest one. Turns out everything that happened was all a test. My master wasn't actually evil. The master wizards of each domain weren't actually dead. They were just pretending to be minions, whatever. And so we get final credits. You meet up with your love interest, who I paid no attention to at all during this entire run. We fly off to New York, and then you get some newspaper articles about everything that happened, and we get the end. And so, like I said before, the previous guy, Pearl, who beat the game, talked about how he didn't see how anybody could beat it faster than he did, and let's be honest, I did. So, that was it. Thanks for watching.